don't like about the game is that, you meet a lot of people who are not authentic. It's like people they just wanna jump ship and buy you. Little bit of loyalty. Like everybody don't really have that loyal quality.
The whole game right now. What do you think about the whole Verzuz?
I love it.
You know what I mean? The Verzuz, the whole idea of it.
I think it's dope. I think it was a dope concept for everybody was locked in the house. I mean, now we're a little bit more outside. Things have opened back up, but one of my favorite ones was the DMX and recipes DMX and the Snoop Dogg one. That was like the two drunk uncles at the barbecue going back and forth. But that was like one of my favorite ones. I think it's an amazing job that they've done with it. My top three would be the Snoop and DMX, the Gucci and Jeezy, and then the Locks vs. Dipset.
Okay. That's what's up, man. You never get a chance to see the Carrot one and Big Daddy Kane one, right?
I haven't seen it yet. I've seen some of the clips, but I haven't actually seen the whole Verzuz battle yet. But I'll check it out once I get a little bit of downtime.
Okay. So what next for Ann Jones?
That's it, man. Everything is
Ann Jones, the brand. That's
everything we locked in. I don't even have my clothes here. We got a clothing line. We started like a year before the pandemic. But obviously because when COVID hit, things kind of slowed down. But now we're printing more stuff out now. So that's gonna be like the outside of the movie, just the clothing line, and then we got the Shooting the Shit podcast as well. That we're doing. So that's the main things, and of course, Real Fans Real Talk. We still doing that. That ain't gonna stop. We about 7 awards in on that. Emmy nomination. So that's not gonna stop. And then the movie right now, everything I'm doing right now is those gearing towards just continuing to put out movies. So this one should be a goodie. It's gonna have a couple of people that y'all know, as far as from mainstream movies that are gonna be in this project. So it's looking good.
Okay. You know what I mean? That sounds good. You put that work in. You know what I mean? So you definitely got to put out a book. You definitely got to do the documentary. You know what I mean? You got a lot.
Facts.
You definitely got to do those. So my whole thing is I see you interview what's the name? Dante.
Oh, Wilder?
Yeah, Dante Wilder.
Yeah.
What was that interview?
Shout out to Deontay Wilder, man. I'm pulling for the big homie, man. He had the tough past 2-3 years with this whole Tyson Fury thing, but that was actually lit. So which is crazy because Mark Breland is not even his trainer anymore at this point, but Mark Breland is like family to the sports show. So when I found out, like I just happened to be watching Showtime. This is before Deontay won the belt, and I see him fighting, and he knocked the dude out, and I see Mark Breland at the ring. So I'm like, oh shoot, Mark Breland is his trainer. Let me holler at him, see what's good, so we can have an interview, because this was before he had really, took off, before he won the belt. So after it took us, a little while to get everything in order, but it was probably, I think he had one title defense when we actually got the interview, but it was crazy because we actually had him on the show before ESPN even got to him. Mm-hmm. So he invited us to come down to Alabama. So we drove down to Alabama to his home gym. Him and his head trainer JD's was down there. We chopped it up, for maybe like a good hour and a half. With Deontay. He's actually mad cool. It was kind of crazy though, because at first he had got there mad late. So we was at the gym maybe for like an hour. So when you're supposed to be interviewing somebody and they don't pull up on time, now you start getting antsy. You're like, hold up, we done drove to Alabama to get this man, if he don't come for this interview, you know, it's gonna be tight. We're gonna be tight out here. But he pulled up in the in the Rolls Royce, and then it was just all love, man. It was all love. Like, he's a really great dude. You know, everything. You know, his daughter was sick. You know, he kind of did everything for his daughter. You know, he's very spiritual. He's big in, on God and whatnot. He was kind of preaching a little bit to us while we was doing the interview. But yeah, man, that was just a dope experience. I hope he does bounce back and get the belt back, because, you know, can't be having the brothers out here losing like that, man.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man. Somebody was saying, like, he wasn't training.
Nah, he was definitely training. First, you could see in the trilogy fight, the one that just went down, you could see he was training, because his approach starting the fight was different than anything, you know, I've seen from Deontay Wilder before. So he definitely was working on some new things. But, you know, sometimes when you in the heat of the fight and things aren't going your way, you kind of revert back to your old ways. And he actually still had a chance in the fight, even after being knocked down, because he was able to recover from that. He did revert back to the old Deontay, but he got the big knockdown on Wilder, you know, right after that. But then he broke his right hand during the fight. So I don't know if it was off of that knockdown or what, but he broke his hand. So, you know, at that point, if your biggest strength is you can one punch and knock somebody out, but your hand is broke, you know, kind of makes things a little bit harder. So I wouldn't mind seeing another fight, but you know, it got to be. I think Deontay is gonna have to do something else first, and then maybe come back around to Tyson Fury.
Okay. Cause you know, out there in the social media world, you know what I mean, they like, you know what I mean, like, yo, you know, some people that do box, that was like, that he wasn't training, or he didn't have the right trainer, something like that. And like, you could tell he wasn't training. You know what I mean? He wasn't in shape.
Well, nah, he was definitely in shape. If anything, Tyson Fury wasn't in shape. Wilder is definitely in shape. One thing I will say about Wilder is, you know, and this is something that we spoke about when I went down there, he trains all year round. Like, he doesn't stop training. You know, I think, you know, sometimes you come across somebody and they just have your number. You're talking about somebody who's 40 pounds heavier than Deontay Wilder, who can box and does have a real skill set. Deontay he's not as much of a technical boxer as he is. He's just a knockout, you know, fighter. But with Tyson Fury, he's very skilled. He's probably one of the most skilled heavyweights in boxing. And then when you add on the fact that he outweighs Deontay Wilder by like 30, 40 pounds, and you're putting that extra 30, 40 pounds of dead weight constantly on Deontay Wilder, you know, the entire fight. And not to take away from Tyson Fury, but it's just, you know, he just outweighs him by a lot. And that's the thing that sucks about the heavyweight division. There's no cap. So once you get to, I forget the exact minimum, but once you get to that weight, it's just however much you weigh after that, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, there's no cap. Like, every other division has that cap where it's like, all right, if welterweight is, I think, 154, I think it is, something like that. But there's not, like, you're not going to see somebody 165 fighting somebody, you know what I'm saying, that's 153 pounds. It doesn't happen in other divisions. Only in the heavyweight division you see that.
Okay. That's what's up, man. I hope he, bounce back. You know what I mean?
I'm all for my people bouncing back. And he was the first American heavyweight champion in, I think, like 10 years before he got the belt. And he had the WBC belt, which is like, that's the belt. That's the coveted belt. Like, all other belts are cool, but the WBC belt is the belt that Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier and those guys were fighting for.
Okay. Let's talk about a little bit about the interview with Cortez.
Oh, Cortez.
Talking about surf.
Cortez, yeah. Cortez is that's fam too. I met Cortez actually. We actually did a charity event together, Balling for Peace.
Yeah, I was about to talk
And
about
then
that.
and then after that we had a couple of mutual friends, and then he came through on the show a couple of times, and we just got mad cool after that. But yeah, I just I'm a huge battle rap fan. I've been a fan of battle rap since the Smack DVDs was coming out. So I call and he'll come through whenever he's in the area. He'll come through. We'll chop it up. But yeah, I just noticed certain things that I want to speak to him about, just because obviously it's involving him. But yeah, just people that I would love to see battle. One of them is just the Sue Surf battle. I would love to see Cortez battle Sue Surf, just because they've been going back and forth for so long. And I try to keep my feelings out of battle rap, because it's hard when it's like when you cool with these people and somebody say something or do something that's funny style, and you know what I'm saying, it's like it's hard to not take offense to it, because now we're friends now, me and Cortez, you know what I'm saying. So it's just like if somebody disrespect you, I'm gonna take that personally, because I'm like, nah, that's my man, we can't have that.
Yeah.
And the thing about Sue Surf, which kind of pissed me off, is like, outside of battle rap, I've personally been there for Cortez supporting Sue Surf when he had his what was it, the book release. No other battle rappers came through, just Cortez.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, all right, well, so bro, like, how we go from that to everything? Now you starting up the I Hate Cortez campaign. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to talk to him about that, and see if the battle could actually happen. I don't think that it will, just because I think that I don't think Sue Surf would be scared to battle Cortez. I think that Sue Surf would be scared to lose to Cortez, and there's a big possibility that he could lose to Cortez, just because there's so much history, there's so much back and forth, that from Cortez to pull from. So I think that's more so what it is. I think he's just scared to lose to Cortez, because that would be a huge knock to Sue Surf if he lost to Cortez, just because of where they're at right now. Not to say that because I mean, Sue Surf resume is not crazy. Like, he got a lot of losses on his resume too, so it's not even like that. But but hopefully that could actually happen. I still do want to see that battle.
Okay. So, are you trying to work out that battle? You know anything about it?
Nah, I told you that. I don't
Money
think.
ain't right. I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
well, when you get to see, a lot of times what I've noticed is, guys get to a certain stature, and they'll try to outprice the battle. So it's like, all right, well, if you want me to battle Cortez, I'm gonna need 100,000, but you're not even getting 100,000 for anybody else. But to battle Cortez, you got to give me 100,000. So then it's like, all right, well, nobody's gonna pay for that battle, because how they gonna recoup that? We didn't even pay Cortez yet. We just gave you $100,000, and then we still got to pay Cortez. How we gonna recoup that? So it's like, all right, that's the strategy, I guess, is to price myself out of the battle. So now I don't have any, I kind of have a built-in excuse. Yo, just tell them to get the bag right, and we could do the battle. But when you set the price so high that nobody's gonna pay that tab, then you don't ever have to take the battle, and you can always say, "Yo, I'm with it," but they didn't get the money right.
Okay. About to go down though, man.
Yeah, they got an event. As soon as I get up out of here, there's an event going down. A Drake car going down tonight. So I'm rushing up out of here. Once we finish with this interview, I gotta go support, man. Watch it.
Where the battle gonna be at?
I believe it's in LA right now. It starts at 6:00 our time. It's a couple of dope battles I'm looking forward to. Lux is on the card. He's battling Geechee Gotti, so I'm looking forward to seeing that battle. And I'm looking forward to, actually, I want to see that Surf and Calico battle too.
Okay. Yeah, for sure, man. The battle rap, definitely came a long way. You know what I mean?
And we've had Rex on the show, we've had Mook on the show, we've had Beasley on the show. So we have on the show. We had Charlie Clips on the show before. Math, we've had a couple times on the show. Math is a good friend of ours as well. Misfit we've had on the show. So we're really big battle rap, fans on the show. I mean, because we look at, and a lot of people look at battle rap as being a sport, as well. So it kind of falls into our realm. So, and then it just, being fans, myself and my co-host, like we're fans of battle rap. So it just kind of makes everything even easier.
Okay. So, I see, where's the situation? I know I'm about to get back on it, you know what I mean? Don't chop my head off, you know what I'm saying? The whole, the magazine, you know what I mean? I have everything formatted, ready to go, you know what I'm saying? But everybody want to be Hollywood with the writers and shit, you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, we didn't even get off the ground yet. Like, yo, wait.
That's the time that we in, man.
So I just, recently just had the interview, you know what I mean? Before you, she talked about it. I'm like, yo, man, I had everything lined up, man. You know what I'm saying? My boy gonna, do what they do, help me, whatever. But the people I had, the writer was, they thought the raps was green on the other side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that, people want to, coming back. Yo, you still doing that? You get ready to do that again? I'm like,
yeah.
Yo, I was playing that because I had Nicki on the cover. That was the plan.
Yeah.
But they ain't come through, so now they trying to holler back and.
That's how it goes, man. People want to wait until it's already lit to come aboard. They don't want to be there from the exactly when you got to grind it out. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be there for that. They want to wait. And this is, that's a lot of people. It is, that's how it is now. Like, people don't want to be on the ground floor. They want to, all right, it's lit now. You getting a little check in there, and then now we can support you. Now we can get on the team. Now we can do whatever. Like, I had somebody call me. This is crazy. We had got an award, and I posted up that we had got the award. Literally the next day, somebody called me like, hey, you think you could cop us a TV? Because the TV went out. And I was looking like, hold up. Like, first of all, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Number two.
I was in the gym.
Number two, I said I got an award. I ain't say they gave me a check. Like, hold on. Like,
they probably looking at it like, different how you looking at it.
Money. And that'd be the other reason why I'm like, you know what? I don't even care to post everything up, because I'm like, one thing I noticed about this generation, this era, I guess, is it's a big clout era.
Yeah.
So I don't even really care about that. Like I said, as long as my bills is paid and I can travel if I want to, I can buy some takeout and every so often I can go out, I'm good.
Don't like about the game is that, you need a lot of people who are not authentic.